Dear students, welcome back to my channel Easy Explanation. In this tutorial, I'll be explaining four concepts related to pattern printing. So the first concept is related to half pyramid of star. So you can see here. Another question is related to half pyramid of numbers. The third question is related to the half pyramid of alphabets. And the fourth question is related to the inverted pyramid of star. Okay, so after this tutorial you have the basic knowledge about, or you will have the understanding about how to print the patterns, okay, and how to approach the problem related to the patterns. So let us start with the first question. So in the first question we have print half pyramid of star as follows. Okay, so in order to solve this problem, it can be better understood by using this grid structure. So what I'll do is, in this grid I will write the star in the given format. So in the first row we have 1 star, in the second row we have 2 star, in the third row we have 3 star, in the fourth row we'll have how many star? 4 star, and in the fifth row we'll have 5 star. 1 2 3 4 5. So almost all the question related to pattern printing is related to the nested loop concept. So if you are familiar with the concept of nested loop, then you can solve this problem very much easily, and you will have better understanding of this concept. If you do not have the clear understanding of how the nested loop works, please go through the other tutorial that I have uploaded in this channel. Now let us solve this problem by using the concept of nested loop. Okay, so now it is visible, the stars are visible. So why I plotted it in grid is because, like, if I plot in the grid, then it will be very much easier for you people to understand like what is going in the background, and it will be very much easier for you people to understand the logic. Okay, so for any type of pattern printing, I have discussed in other tutorials as well, you have to consider, or you have to find out how many rows that I need to print. So in this pattern I have how many rows? 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and I will denote the row by variable I, and I will index all this row by index from 0 to 4. 1 2 3 and 4. So these are the index for the row number. 0 1 2 3 4 are index for the row number, and these columns, these are the columns. So now let us consider for the first row. In the first row we have how many times the star is printed? 1 time. In the second row we have 2 times. In the third row we have 3 times. In the fourth row we have 4 times, and in the fifth row we have 5 times. So there is some relation between row and this number of times that star is printed. Okay, so you can see, if the row is equals to 0, means if the row number is 1, then it is printed 1 time. If the row number is 2, it is printed 2 times. Okay, so you can see, if I'll say this value as a j, okay, if this value is a j, then you can establish the relation between I and j. Okay, so here I'll be denoting the outer loop by the variable I, and I'll be denoting the inner loop by the variable j. Okay, so the outer loop will control how many times the row will be printed, and for each row how many times the operation will be done or the star will be printed will be controlled by variable j, and the value of variable j is dependent upon what? The value of variable I. So we'll be using this concept to solve this problem. Okay, so if you have understood the logic, then let us write the code for that. So I'll be creating one C source file. I'll write pattern underscore 1 dot c. For the first question, C program to print half pyramid of star. Import the necessary or include the necessary library file stdio.h int main. Okay, so what I've said earlier is the number of row that will be printed will be controlled by what? Outer variable, sorry, outer loop. So this outer loop denote what? The row value. So int row. Okay, you can write the row value as a 5, or you can ask the user to enter the number of row. Here I will ask the user to enter the number of row. Okay, scanf %d % row. Now how many times this in how many lines this should be printed? In 5 lines. Means the outer loop should run how many times? 5 times, or given row number of times. So I will be using the variable I to control the outer loop. For I equals to 0, I less than row I plus plus. So how many row need to be printed? 5 times. So I have to provide the row value as 5 there. Now for each value of row, j should be printed how many times? I times. For each value of row, j should be printed how many times? I times. So you can see, if the row number is 1, j is printed 1 time. If the row number is 2, j is printed how many times? J should run how many times? 2 times. If the row number is 3, then the loop should run how many times? 3 times. If the row number is 4, then this should run how many times? 4 times. If the row number is 5, then it should run 5 times. So you can clearly see the relation between outer loop and inner loop. So for j equals to 0, j less than or equals to I, j plus plus. Okay, here you can see this inner loop is dependent upon what? The outer loop. So the value of inner loop is dependent upon the outer loop. For the value of I equals to 0, how many times the loop will run? So j equals to 0, and the value of 0 is less than equals to 0 is true, right? So one time this loop will be executed, the value of j will be incremented. Okay, when the value of j become 1, so 1 is less than equals to 0 will be false. So for the first time, when the value of I equals to 0, the loop will be executed how many times? 1 time. So I'll be explaining this thing again. Printf. So for every value of I, j should be printed. So j should run how many times? I times. And during each iteration, what it should print? Star and 1 space. Okay. So, and it should break the line after every printf. It's after every inner loop completion. A simple program. Okay, this is simple program to print the half pyramid of number. Let us see if there is any logical error. If there is any logical error, we try to modify the code and try to get the output by debugging it. Let us see whether this code works or not. So I have used GCC compiler, which come built in with the Ubuntu operating system. So if you are using CodeBlock IDE, Turbo C IDE, or Dev C++ IDE, you can write the code in that IDE also and execute and compile and execute your code. So okay, so you can see here each undeclared identifier is reported only once for each appears in. So it is saying that j is undeclared. So you should always remember whatever variable you use in the C programming language need to be declared first. Since I have not declared the variable j, it is throwing me error. The compiler throws the error there. So we try to solve the error. The error is solved now. Let us hope. So the best way to learn C programming is by going through the error messages. /error out. Enter the number of row. So you can see this is the exact output that we are trying to get. Right? This is the exact output that we are trying to get. If you compare this output, and you will see the results. So you can see here in the first row 1 star, in the second row 2 star, in the third row 3 star, in the fourth row 4th star, in the fifth row 5 star. So for the given value of I, the row j, the inner loop j should run how many times? I number of times. Okay, so the value of inner loop is dependent upon the value of outer loop. So you can use this concept to solve this half pyramid problem. Okay, I hope everyone have understood this concept. If there is any question regarding question number 1, you can mention in the comment section. We will try to answer that if possible. Okay, so we have successfully done the programming for the question number 1. Now let us write the C program to print half pyramid of number as follows. So in the second case we are printing the numbers. Okay, instead of a star we will be printing numbers. So if the row number is 1, then print 1. If the row number is 2, then print 1 and 2. Okay, if the row number is 3, then print 1 2 3. If the row number is 4, then print up to 4 1 2 3 4. If the row number is 5, your inner loop should run how many times? 5 times. A similar concept. 2 3 4 5. Okay, so if the outer loop number is 1, then your inner loop should run how many times? 1 time. If your outer loop number is 2, then inner loop should run how many times? 2 times. If your inner loop is, and if your outer loop is third loop, then it should run how many times? Inner loop should run how many times? 3 times. Again you can see the relation between the inner loop and outer loop, or outer loop and inner loop. In this case also your inner loop is controlled by the outer loop variable. Okay, so we'll be using the same concept that we used earlier to solve this pyramid problem as well. So 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so we'll write the code again in this VS Code editor. Pattern 2.c C program to print a pyramid of number. Okay, include stdio for printf scanf int main, again int row. If you are interested, then ask the user to enter the number of row, or you can hard code as a 5 6 whatever number you want to give the value of row. %row. Okay, so obviously we need two variable, one for inner variable and another for one to control the outer loop, another to control the inner loop. Okay, so for I equals to 0, I less than row I plus plus. So your outer loop will run how many times? Row minus 1 time. Okay, if the row value is your outer loop will run how many times? Row times. Okay, and its index will be from 0 to row minus 1. Now it means what? All the statement within this block will be executed how many times? Row number of times. Okay, now let us write one inner loop. So for j equals to 0, how many times j should run? J should run how many times? Equal to the value of I times. So if the row number is 1, then if the row number is 1, then column should run how many times? 1 times. Or if outer loop number is 1, then inner loop should run how many times? 1 time. If the outer loop number is 2, then inner loop should run how many times? 2 times. Okay, so we'll be using the same logic here. So instead of printing a star, what you have to print here is, we have to print number. So what is the number we have to print? We have to print the value of this inner loop. We have to print the value of this inner loop. So printf %d j. Okay, you have to print this value of j value every time. So you can see the value of j from 1 and 2, 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 5. So after that, print new line. After every row, print new line. For that, I will include a printf slash new line, printf slash n if you want, and last return 0. So let's hope this code will work. If there is any error, logical error, we'll try to debug that. So gcc pattern underscore pattern 2 dot c. Okay, so there is no error. So we'll run this executable file, enter the number of row 5. So you can see this number starts from 0 every time. 0 0 1 0 1 2 1 2 3 4. Okay, so it should have started from what? 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 and 1 2 3 4 5. So what we can do is, we can increment the value of j by 1 for every time, for every printing. So by doing this simple logic, we can get our desired output. Okay, so you can see you got the result. You can compare the result with the question, and we can verify our answer. So where is the result? This is the result. Where is the question? This is the question. For the second question, this is exactly the result we are trying to get. Okay, and this is the code for that. Let's hope all of you have understood the concept. If you feel any difficulty understanding the logic or the concept, you can message me in the comment section. You can write it in the comment section. Okay, so this was the second question that we tried to solve. Then we have the third question. The third question is about write C program to print half pyramid of alphabet. Okay, so all these questions, like in all these questions, there is one common pattern, like all are these all are the half pyramid of number. So all will be implementing the similar logic, only the things that we are trying to print. Here we are printing a star, we are printing the numbers, and here we are printing the alphabet. That is a simple logic. So we'll be printing this set of alphabet pyramid also by using the above similar concept. A, B, B, C, 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 D, D, D D E E E E and E. Okay, so you can see this is a similar thing. Okay, A B B C C D D E. Here also the value of I determines the value of J. So J should run how many times? It should run I times. Okay, so the inner loop, so the running of inner loop is determined by the value of the outer loop variable. Okay, so just we have to print what? The alphabet there. So simple question again. Put 3 dot C program to print of pyramid of alphabet. Okay, do the imports or inclusion of library files required for print of an statement. Scanf statement, write the main function, enter row. If you want, you can ask the user to enter the number of row. Enter number row. Scanf percentage t percent row. Okay, so again we need two variable, one to control the outer loop, another to control the inner loop. For I equals to 0, I less than row I plus again the outer loop will control the number of rows that need to be printed. Okay, so the number of row is determined by the outer loop, and the content of each row is determined by or controlled by what? The inner loop. So for j equals to 0, j less than equals to what? I j plus plus. And what you need to print? You need to print A B C D E. Okay, so what you can do is you can create another variable, ch equals to 65. Okay, so 65 is ASCII value of capital A. So after every iteration we will be incrementing the value of ch. Okay, printf percentage c comma ch. Okay, and after every iteration we first print new line after each row, and for the next iteration increment the value of ch. So for the first time it will print capital A, and for the second time the value of ch will be promoted to 66, which is the value of capital B. In the next iteration the value of ch will be incremented to 67, which is the value of capital C. Okay, in this way this thing will work. Let's hope this code will work. If there is any error, if there is any logical error, we'll try to debug and solve the problem again. So ls we have how many? Pattern 3. So gcc compiler, compile the file pattern underscore 3 dot c, no error, dot out. Sorry, the file name is dot slash a dot out. Executable name is dot slash a dot out. You can see here. Enter the number of row 5. So we got exactly what we are trying to get. So you can compare the result with your question. Okay, this is the thing that you are trying to get right for question number 3. This is the same result you are trying to get. So you can see on the screen. So we have got exactly the same output. So E has been printed 5 times, D has been printed 4 times, C has been printed 3 times, B has been printed 2 times, and A has been printed just once. Okay, and if you want to see the code, so this is the code. You can also implement your own logic if you want, and this is the way to write the print the patterns. So it is mainly based on the concept of nested loop. So in order to solve this type of problem, you should have a clear understanding of how nested loop works. So now let us solve another problem. It is about inverted pyramid. Okay, so this pyramid in inverted form. Okay, just the opposite or inversion of that above first question. So let us solve this problem one more time. The last problem. So it is how many times? 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. In this case 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Okay, I can see for the row number 1, it is running how many times? The inner loop should be executed 5 times. For row number 2, the inner loop should be executed 4 times. For the row number 3, it is 3 times. For row number 4, it is 2 times, and for the row number 5, it is 1 time. So it is just the inversion of the first question. Okay, so it is also very simple concept to implement. So what we will do is, we will start the index value from 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now for row number 4, it should be executed how many times? N plus 1, I plus 1 time. For row number 3, it should execute how many times? I plus 1 time. For row number 2, for the value of I equals to 2, it should execute how many times? Again I plus 1 time. For the row equals to I, it should execute how many times? Row equals to I equals to 1, it should execute again 1 plus 1 means 2 times. For I equals to 0, it should be implemented how many times? Plus 1 time. So we'll be using the same logic to implement this concept. So let's write the logic for this. I close this. I'll open one more file, calendar pattern 4_4.c program to print inverted half pyramid of a star. As include stdio.h header file main int row. Every time I'm asking the user to enter the number of row, so enter number of row, scanf %d ampersand row. Now again we need two loop, one outer loop and one another inner loop. So outer loop will be controlled by variable I, and inner loop will control by variable z. So for I equals to 0, I less than what? Row, sorry, in this case we will be initializing the row from I equals to row I greater than zero I minus minus. So you can see this loop will start. Suppose the value of row is 5. Okay. If I enter the value of row as 5, so it will start from 5. 5 is greater than 0 is true. So the statement within this block will be executed. The value of I will be decremented. In the next iteration, the value of I will be 4. 4 is greater than 0, so it will start from 5 and it will end at 1. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When the value of I reaches 0, the condition will be false and the loop will be terminated. Okay, so we'll be using that concept. Now for j equals to how many times it should be executed? I times. For j equals to 0, j less than equals to less than I j plus plus. Okay, so if the value of I is 5, so the j should run how many times? Again 5 times. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, printf star. And printf new line return 0. Just run this code. GCC, then we have pattern underscore 4 dot c dot slash a dot out. Number of row is 5. You can see this is the result. You can compare this result with the question. This is the same, exactly the same thing that we are trying to get. Inverted pyramid. You can compare the result, and this is the code. This is the code to implement that question. I hope every one of you have understood the question, understood the concept that what I have explained. If there is any doubt, if there is any question, if there is any more topic that you want me to explain, then you can mention it in the comment section. I'll try to cover that question as well, and then in the upcoming tutorials. Thank you for listening. So I'll be ending the session. Thank you very much.